The message is clear. Americans want Donald Trump back in the White House. Despite facing numerous charges, the media calling him the next Hitler, Trump's former colleagues imprisoned for simply doing their jobs. And even as Trump himself now faces life behind bars, real Americans love and respect President Trump. You see that scene? That's in deep blue Manhattan. But it's a similar one everywhere Trump goes. Thousands of people show up. They chant 4 more years, USA, USA. On Thursday, Trump visited that construction site, a site he knows all too well. As a real estate mogul, Trump helped build the New York City skyline. Although he's now trapped in a courtroom every single day, day after day, he's determined to continue his campaign, as you've been seeing, by hitting the streets of New York City. Could Trump win New York? It's possible, after all. Take a listen to this New York union boss.
We are basically Democrats, all of us, and after what's happened the last 4 years in this country, Democrats are basically pushing everybody to the other side. We're a very patriotic group, and we love our country, and we want the best for America. We are tired of immigration. We're tired of our tax dollars going to immigration. We're tired of the crime. We need to put a handle on things in this country and bring it back to how it should be.
How it should be and how it used to be under President Trump. The case now against him in New York is one that the federal government refused to prosecute. Did you know that? The claim Trump's team, they squashed stories before the 2016 election and bought silence from a porn star and a Playboy model. You know what? If all of this is true, which we don't know if it is or not, it's sleazy, right? But criminal? Come on. Even Boston University law professor, who, by the way, he's no fan of Trump, said on CNN, of all places, that the crux of this criminal case against President Trump rests on shaky, untested legal theory and includes several red flags.
There's no state case that shows a state prosecutor using the Federal Election Campaign Act, which is really the crime that the prosecutors are alleging here. The second problem is that there is no example of this statute that relies on an intent to defraud being such a broad general public. The idea that one would be defrauding the general public or voters that's based on untested legal theories and on unprecedented applications.
You know, the prosecutors need another crime to fully convict Trump, but there isn't one. There isn't a crime there. And by the way, did you see the panic on the CNN's host's face right there? I didn't play the entire clip because it went too long, but she kept trying to interrupt him. You know what? What's so wrong with giving the facts? But of course, again, this is CNN. You can't have the truth on their airwaves. You know that host was probably livid at whomever booked that guy. Also, did you hear how he described the case? He called it unprecedented. The fact that that word, unprecedented, is used to describe every single case against President Trump, it tells you everything. That's all you need to know. There's a reason no one has ever been charged like this before, because they weren't the front runner for the White House ever before. In addition to lying to the American people, the fake news creates a narrative by purposely ignoring instances like this one.
Folks, imagine what we can do next. 4 more years. Pause. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Did you just, he just read pause off the teleprompter. Joe Biden was supposed to pause after he said 4 more years, so then that the crowd could start chanting like obviously they were told to do. Worst of all, did you also notice that Biden didn't even realize his goof? How many times does he trip and he fall, right? He said his uncle was eaten by cannibals. You know, he was flying and then the uncle fell into the water. He was flying the plane and then the cannibals were there and they started eating him up, you know. I mean, and then he said he was the Golden Bachelor and he said he got pictures sent to him, sexy pictures, and he gave them to the Secret Service when he was a senator. And guess what? He had no Secret Service when he was a senator. How many goofs, how many gaffes does Joe Biden have to do? And not only does the state TV, because that's what they are, not only do they not cover Biden's mistakes, his missteps, they continue to praise him. Take a listen.
remember when he was trying to deal with COVID, he said, just inject a little bleach in your veins. He missed it, all went to his hair. Look, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yes, you should have. That was pretty good. Whoa. Psych. President Biden poking fun at Donald Trump's hair at an event where Biden picked up another major union endorsement. It was all in fun.
So that was Mika Brzezinski of MSDNC, right? And that was from the same speech where he said the pause thing. She doesn't mention it. Instead, she talks about how great he is. Oh, he's so great. I mean, is MSDNC, should it even be considered a news network anymore? The president is in mental decline. And that is a clear national security issue. It's not even funny anymore. I mean, at the beginning, you're like, oh, he fell. Now, we're in danger territory here. And you have news networks that won't even cover the story. And it's a legitimate one. Meantime, Trump can't even rest his eyes without being blasted for it, right? Oh, and here's another Biden gaffe. You have to see to believe.
In a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
We can't be trusted. How many times does he have to prove it? He has to keep proving it. That's why he's running for the White House. I'm surprised Joe wasn't hit by lightning with that one. He finally told the truth. Yeah, you're right. Democrats, they can't be trusted. Every single word out of Joe Biden's mouth has been a lie. His weakness wreaking havoc across the globe, from the Middle East to Ukraine. Here at home, violent protests are now happening on 40 campuses across the nation. Imagine paying over 6 figures per year for your kids to protest outside of the school. Even if your kid is not part of the protest, they now have to go virtual. They have no more graduation. And a lot of these kids, they don't even know what they are angry about.
The goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU's doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Yeah.
We'll be free.
I
wish I was more educated. I'm not either.
Oh my God, oh my God. I wish you were more educated too, ladies. All of these students, disillusioned, brainwashed, angry, clueless, chanting death to America. These violent protests, the border crisis, crime, the economy. It's why now lifelong Democrats, as you just heard, are simply fed up under the Biden regime, especially in New York, where Trump now believes that he could actually pull off a victory.
Normally, a Democrat will win New York. Biden is the worst president in history, and we have some very bad people here, but we have the greatest people, and they're right behind me. And they all want us to run, and we're gonna run very hard in New York. New York, we have a good chance of winning New York, in my opinion, but we're going to give it a shot.
Well, can Trump win in deep blue states like New York? Hey, it's possible, right? Anything's possible.